to 21st Century Inklings, your host Sarah, and talking about 2025 goals. It is now 20 December 30th, and my phrase of the year for 2025. Those not aware, like word of the year is like how do you is like what encapsulate is your focus. In this case, it's more of a phrase of like tending the garden of my life. I was thinking about that with the Moxie Life Idea Garden that they put in this year. This is my first year using it. But that idea garden is like the areas of life as parts of a garden. Maybe they're tomatoes or they're roses or they're carrots or they're herbs or what have you. They're not all going to require the same amount of effort, not going to require all the same amount of everything. So using the Moxie Life to look kind of at the whole year versus the HB90, which stands for Heart Breathing's 90-Day Plans by Sarah Cannon. Heart Breathing's also here on YouTube. And looking at that for 90 days, essentially, a quarter of the year. So quarter one is plant, quarter two is water, quarter three, weed, quarter four, harvest. And in quarter one, like January, February, March, I'm looking to plant habits both of creativity and life habits that will support me. And lists of this going woo, woo, it's like up, going up, down over the course of an entire year. More consistent, whether that be writing, whether it be videos, general life stuff in general, because all of that will help. Particularly looking at evening routines. I've got a decent morning routines. It's like all those morning pages referenced back in the Artist Way series. So, but to better support that, I need a better evening routine so I'm not looking for my clothes first thing in the morning. Wondering where my keys are. Is like triple checking that I've got all my lunch packed. Because I work full time outside the home, and those kinds of things just make is like plant a better tomorrow by having a good evening today. Is the general feel there. Um, Obviously, in quarter two, like what are the habits I'm building here in quarter one so that they will be, a solid foundation is like in quarter three. Plan is to weed, tweak things that are working and that are working but not as well as I want them to, or just point blank get rid of the stuff that isn't working at all. um, and there'll be some of that going on throughout the entire year. Similarly, I hope there'll also be a harvest throughout the year, but that's not necessarily what I'm focusing on. There also may be some shifts that may affect the channel here in quarter three, which is July, August, September time frame. Harvest is like the results. I'm hoping to harvest here early in 2025 as like a completed first draft of my novel. Count was like working title, Council of Rosaria. Um, Thinking of changing that because stuff that I've been writing recently. Getting everything into one Scrivener project, and from there working on it. Getting it restructured because I imagine there's some character work, there's some character arc work, there's going to be some lots of descriptions that I need to work on, lots of structural issues that I've spent a good part. It was like planting the ability to identify those character issues, the structure issues. Um, Probably putting up in your card is like some of my recent, some of the books that I've been reading recently that have been helpful towards that identification. And then also here on the channel, hoping to do a probably most of the quarter is going to be like plotting, like going through the 3 act structure um, and seeing how I plant the seeds that I need, the structure that I need to underpin my stories. Hopefully, also be planting, a new project to actually write in 2025. Hello, until next week, happy writing.